What's up, guys? We are officially sub 2 weeks out, and I have my Ninja Creamy here in my hands because it is a rest day and we only have a Creamy on our rest day. Sunday rest days are usually when we spend time with Alex. She loves Disney, but she's busy today. Downtown Disney. I just don't have time for Disneyland right now, all the steps, all the waiting around. But since she's busy, we're just gonna have a very chill day today, get some work out of the way. We have 2 posing calls today, one with Chris Barnett, which is our classic physique and bodybuilding posing coach, and Kais, which is our men's physique posing coach. This season, we're majority focusing on classic physique. First show in sub 2 weeks is gonna be classic physique. MBW in the UK, the MBW International, is gonna be all 3 divisions, all 3. It's gonna be fun. Excited to have you guys on the journey. And this is what our final Creamy looks like, guys. Absolutely.
Hold that, keep the glute active, and relax. Okay, perfect. Move your right fist back a little more and press in with your knuckles. Dig that fist into the flesh with the knuckle. Good, and drive that right lat forward a tad harder right there. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Reset that. Yeah, I like that.
All right, guys. Quick intermission between the 2 posing coaches, Chris and Kais. So you guys just saw classic. Now we're gonna go over men's physique right after this meal. So intermission meal will be the good old turkey, carbless, veg. First 3 meals on a rest day are typically carbless, just because AJ wants me to put my carbs more towards the end of the day. There's no right or wrong. I ran my last prep with carbs with meals throughout the day on rest day, but I do like this setup a lot more just because, I mean, traditionally, through my coaching experience, through my own coaching experience, coaching people, I know that a lot of people don't like eating in the morning. So that's the same case with me when you're very wired, you're working, doing your job or even schoolwork. You typically don't want to eat heavy meals, hence why these meals are carbless. So I tend to put this meal in between any times I don't have any intensive tasks, just because low fat ground turkey, this is 99.1 veg, it's not going to have a lot of merit to keeping blood sugar higher. I like to keep my blood sugar fairly leveled in between this meal and the next meal that we go for today. So the next meal after this is going to be a steak meal, so there's at least some fats in that to hold blood sugar. Posing with Kais hopefully won't be super intensive.
Right foot, don't internally rotate that, so face that forwards. Yeah, and then narrow and stance. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, sort that right shoulder out, so there, that's it, and then abs. A bit tighter on the abs. Good. Then back pose.
Alrighty, guys, so we've already had carbs in us from our last meal, which is nice to have. Here we have our last meal, which is this big bowl of oatmeal, 150 grams. But before we eat this, I don't usually like putting salt in my oatmeal, especially if it's a sweet meal like this. So I'm just gonna dry scoop this salt. So we're just gonna weigh out salt right now and dry scoop it. And we're gonna take our sleep supplement, which is pretty much just revives sleep aid. It's not really made to put you to sleep like melatonin, and we'll pair that alongside Revive Calm too. Both those supplements are more meant to just wind you down versus melatonin, which will put you to sleep, right? And we all know, I'm sure most of us have tried melatonin, and how does that make us feel in the morning for the most part, right? Probably not the best. Groggy, a little bit still sleepy. These, in my opinion, are much better than melatonin. All right, guys, here's the salt. Cheers to 2 weeks out. Delicious. Also, alongside the sleep aid that we're about to take right now, we just got this in from Amazon. AJ recommended that we use this. He put this on his story. He said that these are much better than nose strips, and these actually go inside your nose. So I'm not usually an individual who has things inside them, but who knows? This could be a life-changing experience. So might as well have you guys along the ride for putting this in my nose. This is what they look like, guys. Right there. All right. I think it's working.
There's doing this too.
That guy is stuffing his fingers inside his
You're
nose.
going to take in a big breath, and then you're going to actually inflate your nose, and then you're going to stick your fingers into your nose, and you're just going to push.
All right, guys. Well, mad respect to this guy right here for showing him stuffing his fingers in his nose, but I'm not going to be doing that. So let's try this one more time. Of course, wash our hands. That's the best we're going to do. I feel like I'm going to sneeze, but I guess this is now part of our nighttime routine, just stuffing our nose. So, Revive Sleep paired alongside Revive Calm. So right now it's around 7 p.m., 7:30, so expect to be in bed by 8, finish up food 8:30, and get to sleep around 9:30. So nothing intensive, no work, no clients. Then in the morning we will take our shots, our check-in shots for the morning, then get to work with all our athlete processes, guys in prep, guys not in prep, and go from there, guys. We got sun. Majority of people here who live in LA move from LA just because it's a super crowded city. You know, prices are ridiculous in terms of cost of living. But the one thing that we do have here is good weather. And I know it's a California thing, it's not just an LA thing. A lot of places in the world can't say the same about the sunlight exposure. But it does start off the day very nice. Gives a good positive uplift to your day, as well as sets you up for really good sleep. And I've been having really good sleep, as you guys saw from last night's nasal dilator insertion. It worked. It really worked. Like I still can breathe through my nose, which is not normally the case. I think I have like I know a lot of people have this. They have like this one nasal passage is blocked. I think I have that, and I can breathe perfectly fine now with it out of my nose. So gonna be using that definitely every night. Sunlight exposure sets you up for a positive day ahead, especially needed when coaching a good amount of clients. You know, imagine entering a coaching space negative. Like nobody wants to be surrounded around a negative coach. I try to be as positive as I can as a coach while still being honest with what needs to be said. Finding that balance is bit tough sometimes, but that's part of the game. Dude, awesome separation between the quad and the hamstring here. Moving into the posing side shots are pretty much into it. I think that you can rotate a little bit more for the tricep shot, more width because you're a wide guy, man. So just rotate a little bit more, keep the tricep exactly how it is, maybe push it a little bit forward while you rotate. Nice. The biggest critique to your posing this week is a front and double. If you see how you're pushing your lats out from the ab and thigh, I need you to push your your lats out the same way for your front double bi, as well as have some bend to this knee because it does look a bit straight for your upper body. So this week's looking to be even better. So I'd like for you to check in with me midweek just like you did last week, just so we are in kind of line with the timeline, because we are in a tight timeline schedule. And also with an active range too, I want you working with a less active range here. This day right here, your arm day, is drop sets, right? So that is a form of set extender itself for your last set. And for upper today, we are standardizing everything. So just got word from AJ, I am gonna start standardizing fluid, which I'm not used to. I'm used to just drinking around 2 gallons a day. But I'm keeping track of my fluid timings, when I have fluid, and so on. And you know, obviously there might be a difference between rest day and training day. Oop, almost went to the wrong gym today. We're gonna be going to Ultraflex. But alongside the fluid being standardized, we're also gonna standardize sodium. Be pretty much weighing out my sodiums. I know I was advised by AJ not to do that, but the discrepancy between training day sodium from seasonings and non-training day sodium is pretty large for me. So I'd rather just, instead of eyeball it, I'd rather just have little cups where I'm allowed to use this much sodium and just keep it, you know, standardized that way. So to recap today's session, we're gonna go over the full breakdown, as well as do some posing right after, some quick posing. But breaking down the session today, 2 sets of leg raises to failure, hanging leg raises, to kind of warm up the forearms to going into our pull movements, which is going to be a vertical pull down with some mid-back bias. It's not going to be a static strict machine, it's going to be a cable pull down, just your traditional pull down. Mid-back bias means that it is going to be with me lean back a little bit. You know, a more upright torso means you get more lat, right? So for me, because the mid back was a big priority into the off season and building that up, and which we have, if you guys take a look at the difference between my back now to prior to the push up with AJ, it's a big difference. So we're going to keep that by keeping a lean back with a pull down. Then we move more into a horizontal row. Is going to be the single arm dumbbell row to bias more of that mid back, but at the same time get a little bit of like mid low lat too at the same time with this movement. So mid back is a big priority for us, as you guys can probably catch. And after that, after the 2 rows, 1 vertical, 1 horizontal, we move into shoulder pretty much. So this is going to be a 55-degree incline press, 55-degree to bias more shoulder. Then after the shoulder work with some chest, we go straight into chest. Opted for the Panada Super. I think there's 2 variations for the Super, but we are using this variation that you guys should be able to see in the video, but a neutral grip, which is totally okay. Maybe a little bit less shoulder, but the bias, the focus is going to be the convergence of the mid chest, the pecs. We're doing a single arm cuffed lateral raise. If you guys have not tried a cuff, you should really try a cuff for laterals. It's such a good move. Exclude and get rid of that limitation of your grip when doing laterals. After cuff laterals, we move into shrugs. So at this gym, I wanted to try moving back from, because I've been back and forth during prep with using a dumbbell shrug, a cable stack shrug. Dumbbell, you're always going to get a more free moving path than either a static machine or a cable machine. Cable machine is definitely more free moving than a static machine, obviously, but dumbbell is just that perfectly free moving path, which also requires more stability, but sometimes the trade-off is worth it, especially in my case where we got that pinching in the rhomboid. So I'm glad that's been cleared off. We pretty much have no issues joint-wise anymore. We used to, you know, during prep we had like this shoulder thing, we had the rhomboid thing. After the shrugs, we move on into triceps, just a push down, generic push down. After the push downs, we go into curls. So we're going through elbow extension, then into elbow flexion. Then we move into just some light posing. Honestly, I've been posing so much, as you guys can tell from the previous days with Chris, Kais, taking shots every day, that I kind of just don't want to overthink it and just, you know, present my best on stage. Yes, I want it to happen naturally, of course, but I think at this point it's already pretty natural. It Enjoy the session, guys. I just realized that last night I didn't say goodbye, and thank you guys for watching the video. So I'm probably going to start 1 week out vlog updates going from here on out. So I'm going to end the video here. Thank you guys for watching 2 weeks out. Hope to catch you guys in the kind of peak week official process starting today, because officially today we are 1 week out. So thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.